Where's your shoes, dude?
¿Dónde están tus zapatos? Oh, right there on his feet.
Hold on, let's roll him on the side. Roll him on the side.
Yep. Sit up.
Sit up.
Our officers did have to take Mr. Bueso down safely to the ground to make the arrest and put the cuffs on him. There was somewhat of a resistance on his part at first and of being cuffed up in that situation. Everything was fine after that point.
ICE says Bueso has already been deported twice. The agency says he faces a federal warrant for re-entering the country and a Jefferson Parish DUI charge.
There it is. It is already happening. Over 300 immigrants arrested on first day of ICE raid, says Borders Are Tom Homan. Let's watch.
It's a big misconception about, what ICE does. They're told that they need to be worried that ICE is coming to get them. We don't look for people who are non-criminals. We're only out for the worst of the worst.
After surveilling the area for about an hour,
Let's just grab them.
he's spotted attempting to exit his pickup truck. ICE officers swarming and quickly arresting him. This marking the 105th sex offender brought in by Baltimore's field office so far this year.
I'm very proud that, we know tonight that there's probably some little girl who's not going to be abused.
Moments later, he's taken to a more private location to be cuffed more comfortably for the long drive to an out-of-state detention facility where the El Salvador native will likely await deportation. A precaution, ICE says, is due to many Maryland counties refusing to detain immigrants.
And it doesn't matter what the case is. There's no exemption for, pedophiles or rapists or murderers. It's a zero tolerance policy for working with us.
Maryland ICE Director Matthew Ellison says that's currently the case in Howard County, where the second target's crimes were committed.
That's beautiful. I think the ICE agents are doing a great job right now arresting illegal immigrants and focusing on national security threats and public safety threats. That's great.
4:30 estimated departure.
Vehicles mobile. Come to the mouth right now.
Here we go.
Single and or female now. Exiting the building.
Let's just wait for them to make contact.
Back in 2010, Raquena, a native of Belize, was sentenced in the Lake County Circuit Court to 30 years in prison for home invasion causing bodily injury. According to Lake County court records, he served about half of that and was released earlier this year when ICE says the Illinois Department of Corrections failed to honor their detainer.
So the wife being in the car is one of those added elements of surprise, something that you did not see in previous surveillance, but all of a sudden added a new element today.
Absolutely. You can sit here and you can plan this out every day, and it'll never play out the same way you plan it out.
Both men were arrested without incident, and they fully cooperated with ICE throughout the entire booking process. Next, they'll be transported up to Wisconsin to a long-term detention facility where they'll see an immigration judge and make their case to be released back to their homes, their families, their jobs. But the reality...
Great. I think that's great that ICE is already arresting so many immigrants that are doing a terrible job in America.
It said its agents would focus on immigrants who may pose a threat to the public and those with certain criminal convictions, sort of returning to Obama-era policies that restricted the populations that ICE could apprehend and deport. And I asked the top ICE official who oversees detention and deportations today, Henry Lucero, about this and whether the arrest of these people who have no criminal charges or convictions conforms to this enforcement posture. And he very explicitly said that that announcement in March did not mean that the agency was not going to arrest undocumented immigrants who have civil immigration violations. He said his agents have wide-ranging discretion, but that undocumented immigrants with no criminal records are still subject to enforcement.
I think if you are here illegally, then you are already a criminal. And a migrant without document is not a migrant and has no place in the country. A country without border is not a country. Let's hear what Tom Homan has to say.
Absolutely. Look, the greatest president in my lifetime, he's back. Because in 2 days, the last 24 hours, total apprehensions on the southwest border, 766. Compare that to the 10 to 12,000 Biden had at one time. CBP-1 releases, 0. CHNV, Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela releases, 0. Total of 766 across the entire southwest border. That is a game changer. Absolutely. Look, the greatest president in my lifetime, he's back.
A game changer, Homan says. Trump is the greatest president of his lifetime. That's beautiful to hear.
You know, I think that there is some kind of image that people might have, given how much we heard President Trump and you in the months during the campaign, and certainly during the transition, talking about what's going to happen of people being rounded up, loaded on buses, and dropping them off on the border. Is that how you see this happening?
Well, I don't like the analogy of rounding up. Look, again, this is a targeted enforcement operation. The president's been clear on this. We're going to concentrate on public safety threats. But in sanctuary cities, where they don't let us take that public safety threat into custody and the safety and security of a jail, we have to go find him. If he's with others in the country illegally, ICE will not turn the blind eye to that. ICE is going to uphold the oath they took. They're going to enforce the laws enacted by Congress and signed by a president. And they're going to do that without apology. I mean, if any sanctuary cities force us in this position, that's exactly what's going to happen.
You know, I think
that's beautiful. That's a great response by Tom Homan right there, enforcing the law that the Congress has passed, and that's what it should do without any excuse.
We're going to take a lot of hate. We're going to be sued every day, numerous times. I think you'll see the left try to control the media. They're going to show the first crying female, first crying child, and say how inhumane we are. But they won't talk about 340,000 children that they've failed to take care of. They're not going to talk about the young women who have been murdered in this country at the hands of criminal cartels. They're not going to talk about the hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children. You want to talk about family separation? They buried their children because their children were killed by a member of a criminal cartel or someone that's not supposed to be here. They'll tell one side of the story. They'll try to vilify us, but they're not going to stop us from doing our job. I don't care what the media says about me. If they saw what I saw in 34 years, saw the tragedies I've dealt with in 34 years, they will certainly understand me. They may not still like me, but there's a reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I'm tired of women being raped, making that journey. I'm tired of dead children. I'm tired of women and children being sex trafficked. On this administration, sex trafficking is up 600% of women and children. We have a record number of people on the terrorist watch list being arrested. Historic record, 3,500% increase. Record number of Americans dying of fentanyl. We got a record number of cartel members that have entered this country. You know, the criminal cartels in Mexico making more money than they've ever made in smuggling aliens, trafficking in women and children, and moving dope. So, hate all you want. Push the misinformation out all you want. We're not going to slow down. We're not going to go away. We're going to get this done.
Wow. Just wow. That was some powerful words right there from Tom Homan. He's speaking out the truth. Hate all you want. I have a job to do, and I'm gonna do my job until the end, until it is done. Amazing to see a man of this caliber continue on his path to fulfill his duty and serving his country and the American people. Amazing. And the president as well. I think Tom Homan is probably the best pick for being a border czar. He's going to do a great job, I believe. He has a lot of experience. He knows what he's talking about, and he is set to do great things, depending, of course, on how many agents he gets, how much of a budget he gets. I think the ICE agents are gonna do terrible, amazing things. I think they are gonna do great. I think they are gonna enforce the law. They are gonna remove national security threat and public safety threat. Hopefully for the better. We will see what happens next and report it all right there on this channel. They are doing God's work. They are American heroes. And let's follow them and encourage them on their difficult mission. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.